What's going on, 49er Faithful, 49er fam, 49er gang? It's your boy 49er Dion here, back with another video. So definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on the post notifications so I can keep you up to date on any and everything San Francisco 49ers. With that being said, let's get right on into it. So we had a little interview today, a little impromptu interview. I wasn't aware that it was going to happen, but of course, I got everything tuned in to the 49ers. So the feed popped up on my YouTube, and I said, all right, man, let me go ahead and take a look at it. So with this interview, what I'm going to do is I'm going to change a little bit up here. For all my people that have been watching, that know what's going on, what I'm saying, that have seen the channel before, I like to have a little bit of a laugh. And I'm going to say this real simply. I'm going to be everyone in all of these interviews. I'm going to be their Luther. If you never watched Key and Peele, then you need to watch it. You need to watch the Luther and Obama, because Key is Luther. No, I'm sorry. Key is Luther. Peele is Obama. It's gonna be hilarious. Promise you. Just watch it. So some changes are gonna be coming to the channel. You won't see the same old boring me in the background and stuff. I got a young kid that's coming up. He's gonna be making me some stuff, man. This kid GFX, he's gonna be hooking me up, helping me to revamp the channel and stuff. I'm not savvy with all that, backgrounds, music, intros, outros, but I got a young kid, he's gonna be helping me out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and share the video and play it, pause it and give y'all a little bit of feedback if y'all all right with that, okay? So I'm just gonna play it in the background, let y'all hear the audio, and then we'll go from there. So just give me a sec. See if we can't hear this. I'll have this up all the way on full blast. It's about to come up right now. It's basically they put us through the typical rigmarole of everybody and their mother, showing us all of the highlights from all of the good times that we had from years past, which we all love, but I honestly wish they would just kind of go from person to person and get to the interview. It would make my life so much easier. But we're going to do that, and looks like we coming up here on Coach. He'll be up right now.
Hey, Kyle, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's okay.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
Good. First impression of being your quarterback side by side of kind of a different look out of the field. Were you able to kind of rotate back and forth to see how they were doing?
It was the first time yesterday for us.
What's good, Denise? What's good, John?
Out there. It's kind of unusual for me. I only have had 5 before. But it was cool to get them all. We only got 2 of them reps these last 2 days. Our OTAs are a little modified this year just with rep counts. Only being around these guys for 1 week instead of the 5 weeks that I'm normally used to. I just didn't know if we were in as good of a football shape. So we've taken off a lot of reps for this week. So only 2 guys have been going, but when we put in more next week, the other guys should get some ops.
So with that right there, there's not really much for me to basically Luther on that. But what he's basically saying is we got 5 quarterbacks and no goddamn time. How you think I'm going to get all 5 of them out there on the goddamn field? All right? We put the 2 main quarterbacks out there, Jimmy and Trey. Those are going to be the quarterbacks that are going to be on the field when we have a shortened period of time. Use your brain, people. You're asking me a dumb question. Let's move the fuck on.
I would never say never, but there's, as far as reps, we take it week to week. Just I like to see where our players are, the whole team, to know how many plays I think we could run, and then my next thought goes to how many plays I think the quarterback should have. So right now we don't have enough team reps for anybody more than 2 to get it. I expect that to change the next week. When you have 5 guys, and I think they'll all get some reps throughout OTAs. I mean, with that 4th and 5th guy, 3, 4, and 5 not being that consistent, it's going to depend on the day really. But I don't think that's always the case. I've had some young guys come in who don't get a rep, and then they get there in training camp. I know it's frustrating for the guys because you always want the opportunity, but they've been handling it right. They've been in there a lot. You don't always get it with the team, but they get it with the wideouts on the side and stuff. And they don't always need to be in the drills or in the competitive periods to impress us. We're drilling the heck out of them right now and getting an idea of what we're working with.
So what he's saying right there is, you just asked me the same motherfucking question that the last dude asked me. So I'm going to answer the same question the same way I did. I'm just going to reword it so you think that I actually paid attention to what the fuck you just said. You asked me simply about the quarterbacks. How do you fit 5? You don't. That's the whole point. You don't. You can't fit them all in. Do all of them want to compete? Yes, this is fucking obvious. But we can't do that. Because I just said that to the last person who asked the question. That's what's going on. Y'all didn't pay attention. It went right over your head, huh? Right over your goddamn head. So see, this is what coach is really, it's what he really wants to say. We're going to move on into it.
Hey, Kyle, we didn't see Nick Bosa out there. Can you kind of give us the rundown on where he is both physically and where he is actually in the United States?
Yeah, Nick's in Florida. I've been talking to Nick since February on this. He came out in February for a while to get checked up on his knee and stuff. And with him coming off the ACL and everything, it's going great. I'm sure you guys have seen some videos. But he's got a good setup out there with his brother and the guy who works with his knee. They're in contact with our guys all the time and just didn't want to take him off his routine right now. I totally agree with him out there. He's going to show up at some time during this, but he won't be going out there doing anything coming off the ACL, but we fully expect him to be ready for training camp.
Okay, so what he's saying is Nick himself has been rehabbing in Florida. We don't want to fuck with Nick. We want Nick to be healthy. We want Nick to be on the field. We want Nick to be sacking fucking quarterbacks. That's what we want. So with that being said, we let Nick do Nick in Florida with his beautiful little woman that he had. Because if you wasn't on Twitter or IG, you missed out on that beautiful piece of a woman. At the end of the day, Nick is Nick. He gonna be fine. Wait till training camp, and then you'll see him. God damn, y'all keep asking me about the same people. Let things run their course, and at the end of the day, everybody gonna be happy because we will be at the Super Bowl. Damn.
Kyle, obviously you guys got a lot of business done this offseason. It seems like the next big thing would be Fred Warner. How much of a priority is it to get that done? Do you expect that to be something that you aim to get done before training camp starts?
I mean, I wouldn't say I put like an exact thing on when I want to get it done personally. I kind of feel I'd say the same about him as I did about Kittle when we were talking about it. I just see that kind of as a matter of time. I mean, I know he's not going into his free agent year or anything like that, so that's why it's not always on my mind. But Fred's a guy that I plan on being here forever and who has earned that. And I'd be surprised if that doesn't start sooner than later.
So with that being said, you asked me about Fred Warner, the best linebacker that we have on our team, our franchise linebacker, the face of the defense. And you really decide to ask me if I want Fred Warner to stay. No, I want Fred Warner to leave. I don't ever want to see Fred Warner ever again. I hate the guy. He doesn't do anything great. Aaron Rodgers didn't tell him he was the best middle linebacker in the goddamn league last year. Of course, we want to sign Fred Warner. Of course, we want to back up a Brinks truck and give Fred Warner all the money that we good and goddamn well can. But at the end of the day, that's not the focus right now. Mini camp, training camp, season, then money.
Kyle, what have been your biggest impressions of both quarterbacks so far, how they're adapted to the offseason and coming back to getting into reps?
I mean, it's really been, I mean, it's been great just watching the whole group hang together. I mean, just like those last questions, it's tough when there's only one position and there's 5 guys and they're all so eager to get reps, and we don't have a lot of reps going through. So just what all 5 of those guys have been doing, hanging out with each other every day in the meeting rooms, on the field. That's what I've been impressed with the most so far. In these 2 practices, I think both guys have done a good job, but you know, I mean, we had 12 plays of 7-on-7, and we had 10 plays of teams. I mean, it's about usually half of what we normally do. So not doing enough to really get too into the football or make any judgments off guys. We're just throwing a lot at Trey that he's hearing for the first time. We're throwing a lot at some of these other quarterbacks who've just gotten here for the first time. And you start at day one for the rest of the team, and it's always good for them to start at day one, and we build our way up.
So once again, y'all ask me about the goddamn quarterbacks, as if y'all can't get enough of the quarterbacks. I know Jimmy G's got a beautiful jawline, and he is a handsome Italian man. I know Trey Young is a cold-looking brother with the nice little curly hair on top. You know what I'm saying? I know, I see it. And yeah, there's Josh and Josh, and yeah, we got another quarterback, but I don't really remember his name right now. He's probably not going to make the team any fucking way. At the end of the day, the quarterbacks are who they are. We will get in time for everyone when we can. Right now ain't the fucking time. So quit asking me the question. God damn. Another quarterback question. What a fucking coincidence. That's what's happening right now.
Hi, Kyle. We saw Jalen Hurd out there briefly working off on the side at the end of practice. How's he progressing, and how's the receiving room shaping up for you right now with some of those guys back like Travis Benjamin?
Yeah, it's been great to have Jalen back. You know, he came back right when phase 2 started, and he's done a good job in his ACL rehab. He should be ready to go by camp, so hopefully there's no setbacks and stuff like that. But right now he's just working out with Dustin on the side and making sure he continues to rehab and gets ready for his time, which will be training camp. And as far as the whole group, I've been really excited with the group. You know, we just got to see him in person a week ago from yesterday. They came and worked hard on Monday. We got 4 days to really condition them, and I thought the wideouts really worked very hard last week, which allowed us to be somewhat prepared this week. And I think we'll turn it up a lot more with them the following week, because that's usually my biggest concern in OTAs are kind of the wideouts and the people who do most of the running with the soft tissue injuries. So I think they've been getting in real good shape. Looking forward to Debo and Ayuk taking a step forward, and all these guys that we brought here. You know, with Sanu coming back, we had him for a little bit last year. Travis coming back. I think they've added some stuff to the group.
So once again, the magic question is, what's going on with Jalen Hurd? Let me tell you, I don't fucking know. He's still on the goddamn sideline doing nothing, okay? I don't know, all right? You're going to ask me about Jalen Hurd continually. I don't fucking know. At the end of the day, how do I know that? How do these receivers look? I don't know. I know how Debo looks. I know how Brandon Ayuk looks. I knew how KB looked, but he's over in fucking New England getting paid. So, how does everybody else look? I don't know, because we ain't really did shit yet. At the end of the fucking day, I don't goddamn know. So I'm going to just throw my hands up and just say some shit. I'm going to fill some air, and y'all just going to take that as an answer. I don't know. I don't fucking know. They're all here. Jalen, if he could get back healthy, great. But I don't know if he's healthy yet. You know why? Because he's still on the sideline doing shit like this, possibly tearing another ACL. I don't know. Someone's talking like super low.
Sorry, Tim. You say it again. I missed you at the beginning.
I can't even hear this question. But I still got y'all.
Yeah, I mean, as a person, definitely. I mean, the player, you know the ability that he has. We see that on tape. You don't really come and look at it as, you know, from a coaching standpoint, like each day. Like, how do you do today? Is he that good? Is he not? It's you want to get to know the guy. I got an idea of who I think the person is, and being with him these last 2 weeks, he's been everything that we hoped and more. I think he's a very smart kid. He's a very humble kid. I think he's a very natural leader. I think the guys have gravitated to him, and it's been fun to throw a lot at him. You do it for 2 days in rookie mini camp and to watch him just take it all in. I mean, from how he calls a play in the huddle to how he takes a snap under center to how he stands in shotgun to how he does everything, it's new. We're asking him to do something different and to just absorb all that in and to still handle yourself the right way. To me, that is impressive. That's what I've expected from him, and I haven't been disappointed in that. That's why I'm thankful to get OTAs and stuff. Because that's why OTAs, I try not to judge too much with anybody. We throw so much at people, and so how much can they soak in? And they go through a lot of highs and lows in those 9 practices, and then they get away for 40 days. They kind of get to figure out what they just went through, how to do it on their own, and then they come back to training camp and you see what you really got.
So I believe the question was, how do you feel about Trey Lance? Let me think. I mortgaged my damn future on the kid. He is tied to me. If he fails, I look stupid. So does John Lynch. But I look even dumber because John delegated the stupidity part to me. Why? He did it in the press conference. He said, hey, I just make the picks, but this dude really does all the picking. He's the one that says, I want this guy. And then I go ahead and make a phone call and say, we drafted this guy. So he delegated the stupidity part to me. That's basically what he's saying. So at the end of the day, do I like Trey Lance? Let me think. Trading all of that draft stock to go get him would say, yeah, I think he's a pretty good kid. Yeah. How's he been doing in OTAs? Well, I mean, he's been doing what he can. He's fairly smart. That's why the fuck we drafted him. So, what else would I say about Trey Lance? Yeah, I'm going to say that he sucks. I'm going to say the kid doesn't know shit. I'm going to say he's a rookie, that he's probably going to start 3 or 4 years down the road like Aaron Rodgers did behind Brett Favre. No, the fuck I'm not. You don't mortgage the future and tie your name to someone only to say negative and nasty things about him. You say, I like Trey Lance. I like what he's doing. He's progressing very well. Thank you, media. Here is your answer. And you take it, and then you go write a little article about it, and everybody's happy. And behind closed doors, I may be chewing him a brand new ass, tearing him a brand new asshole if I feel like it, because that's what I do. I'm the coach, and I'm just coaching. That's that.
There were reports, I guess, that Weston Richburg was going to retire. Is that the case? And then also, could you just provide an update on D Ford, where he is, and could he be ready for, say, training camp, or is it later?
Yes, D Ford. Questions are always so long. Again, I forgot your first one. What was the first one again?
That was like 15 seconds.
I know, but it's. I think they'd go together, kind of, but they're totally opposite. So that's what made me forget. All right, D Ford's one. What was the first one?
Weston Richburg.
Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Weston is going to retire. I don't know how that officially works, but that's the word that I've been told. And with D Ford's been here since February. He's been throughout this whole offseason, all the rehab. Really made a lot of strides in this offseason together. Everyone knows the sensitivity of his injury with his back and stuff. But he's been putting a lot of work here, and we feel it's going the right direction. Last week, we sent him home because he'd been here so long to go back to his hometown, see his doctor, and I plan on coming back here in the next couple of weeks. But don't expect to see him until training camp on the field.
So that's a good thing. We know that Weston Richburg is retiring. We understand that. It is what it is. We got to kind of run with that. And we kind of understood that from the jump when he restructured his contract. When it comes to D Ford, that's a different situation. So now we're going to have to Luther that the answer to the question that was asked. The question that was asked is Richburg retiring? What's going on with D Ford? Let me think. Richburg couldn't stay healthy to save his fucking life when he was over there with the Giants. I went and wasted a bunch of money to go get him, and he couldn't stay healthy with us. He could barely get on the goddamn field. We had to run with Ben Garland, then we had to run with Hronis Grasu, then we had to run with Daniel Brunskill. So what does that tell you? Should Weston Richburg retire? Yes. Yes, he is going to retire. And am I glad about it? Inside, I'm exploding with happiness. There are butterflies and rainbows and fucking bunny rabbits running around in my stomach right now. And I just want to be able to scream and say, thank God he's off the field so I can move the fuck on. I had to go get Alex fucking Mack from the Atlanta Falcons that knows my system to be the anchor of the offensive line. You know why? Because even though he's older, he stays healthy. He's on the field. So let's move on. D Ford. Since he's been here, he's just been sucking up cap space, a roster spot, and not doing much of anything. When he was on the field, he was dynamic. Here's the problem. He wasn't on the fucking field. So, what's D Ford been doing? Taking a pay cut as the fuck he should. Rehabbing as the fuck he should. Will you see him on the field? Just like Mr. Bosa? Not until training camp, people. Not until training camp.
Got Trey Lance threw interception 7 pass that was good high, and he had another pass that was on his pick that was good. I know it's not a concern in May, but when he does this high, what do you see from him?
Nothing. I'm watching where the ball's going, and we don't judge a guy's mechanics every time he throws. That would drive a guy crazy. So we just try to coach him and get the ball to the right spot. Usually that's to do where your feet are and your feet under you and throwing on time. So that's just stuff you want them to work through and get better at. But there's no secret to, hey, if you just do this, it won't be high. That's kind of what you write about that, but that's not how I coach him.
So Mr. Cone decides to ask the question, Trey Lance threw a couple of high passes. Did that mean his mechanics are off? Kyle Shanahan really meant to say this. You really just asked that question. You mean to tell me a couple of high throws in 7-on-7s mean to tell me that I have to coach Trey Lance on how he sets his feet and where he is in his, in his body progression and where the ball is coming from? No, I'm not going to bug the young kid about a couple of high throws. I'm going to coach him and tell him don't make the same dumbass mistake again and move the fuck on and move forward. I don't coach people on something so minor and minuscule. I got better things to do with my time, like getting this goddamn offense in order so we can go ahead and get to a damn Super Bowl. Oh, and by the way, we need to win a few games before we get there. You really asked me that question, Grant? God damn. Do we not have anything that really anyone should say? A good question? Something normal? No. We're going to ask about 2 punk-ass high throws when the man completed 24 goddamn passes, and he looked pretty damn good while he did it. All the other reports and accounts say, hey, he did what he was supposed to do. So, should I be worried about this? No, not really.
Well, I'm not illegally allowed to talk about players on other teams, so I can't answer that exactly the way you want me to. Anyone I've coached in the past that I have relationships with, especially a great dude like Julio, obviously I have a ton of respect for. But yeah, we're always interested in improving our team. I mean, we'll never just say, hey, we're done. We can't improve our team. You always try to make that happen. But yeah, it makes it harder when you've already given up some stuff to make some moves and things like that. Everything's got to fit in. It's got to make sense. But yeah, I would never say we're just done.
So the question was, are we getting Julio Jones? Yeah, we would love Julio Jones. Who wouldn't want Julio Jones? I'd like Julio Jones. I know, because I coached him for a couple years, and he's a damn good receiver. That's a bona fide Hall of Famer right there. Yeah, I'd love to have Julio Jones, but you know what? I can't tell you that. I can't tell you we even going after Julio Jones. You know why? Because it just said it's illegal. So you asked me a question that you knew I could not answer, and now I got to sit up here and give you some filler air. I got to fill the air again. That's what I got to do because you asked me a question I can't answer. deep down inside, hell yeah, I want Julio Jones on this damn team. You don't think I want a viable receiving threat like that on my squad? You don't think that he's not better than all of the receivers that we have already on the damn team? Hell, all of the guys that are literally vying for the third spot don't even amount up to a quarter of the talent that Julio got. So if I had Julio, Brandon Ayuk, and Deebo Samuel, I could give a fuck about who's behind him. You know why? Because I have 3 viable receivers that are going to do everything that I want. But that's the whole point. So you're going to ask me, what coach out there would tell you they don't want Julio? Everybody does.
What's it say to you? Just the overall attendance seems to be really high, and obviously some guys aren't participating in team drills. But just given all the talk with the PA and the thought that so many players would be boycotting OTAs, what's it mean to you to get such high attendance from your guys?
I was real happy. You hear a lot of that stuff, and but for our guys to show up like they did, my biggest concern was only getting a week with the guys because I think this is my 18th OTA since we didn't have one last year. And I've never had OTAs without being around the guys for 5 weeks prior. So you got a very good idea of where they're at. And, we've only been around these guys for 4 days until our first OTA. So that's what made me really nervous in terms of just putting these guys out there. And that's why we've had to take some reps away, and hopefully we'll get to normal OTAs next week. But our guys came in, and we got guys who really enjoy football. And I know there's a lot of different opinions on all that stuff, but it's hard to get better at football if you don't practice it. It's hard to get better at any sport if you don't practice playing the game. There's lots of ways to improve yourself, but you really got to practice the sport to get better at it. And some guys need it more than others. That's why I get each guy is different. And I'll talk to each guy individually, all 90 about that if they want. But when you got to make a decision what's best for the team, I'm always going to make a decision to provide our guys with a safe place to play football so they can get better at football. And I'm just pumped that we did get a big turnout of guys because sometimes it's hard to provide that for players if you don't have 22 people out there. That's why it's hard to play other places. Our guys came in, they wanted to work, they wanted to see what our plan was. And I told them some of my concerns, which was mainly this first week with the soft tissues and stuff. And I think they agreed. And I think they like how the plan is that I've set up. And I take it day by day, though, and we'll see how it goes.
So the question was very simple. Is it a great thing that all these guys turned off at training camp? Hell yeah, they should turn off the damn training camp. We're trying to get back to a damn Super Bowl. I just wasted a lot of draft capital on a quarterback who may not see the field but from the sideline for at least 6 to 8 weeks, depending on how long Jimmy stays healthy. So yeah, it was great that they came. But yeah, they better show the fuck up. Why? We got work to do. We had a shortened off season. This damn COVID shit still going on. We probably trying to get everybody to get a goddamn vaccination, even if some people don't necessarily want to. At the end of the damn day, yes, I'm very happy with the fact that all of our players showed up. We built a damn culture here that says that we are a team. We are as one. If we win as a team, we lose as a team. It ain't no one person to blame. Even though most of our fans feel that sometimes there are people to blame for the losses. But at the end of the day, am I happy that everybody showed up? Who wouldn't be? And yeah, I'm happy with the turnout. But I expected this because we breed greatness around here. Just so you know. If you didn't know, now you know.
Last one. Hey, Kyle, how is Jimmy Garoppolo's health looking? Like he was doing okay out there? It's been a while since we've seen him healthy in practice.
Yeah, Jimmy looks like you guys have always known him. I mean, he's been great here these 2 weeks. I haven't seen him for these 2 weeks for a little bit also. And I mean, you would never, his ankle seems totally healed. I mean, I haven't even asked him about it because it looks so good. So I'd be surprised if there's anything lingering from it. He's had a good 2 days of practice, and hopefully we'll give him a few more reps as we get going here and get everyone else in better shape.
Thanks, Kyle.
Good.
The question was, how does Jimmy look? Jimmy's had I don't know how many months to sit back and rehab that ankle and to feel better and to get better and to just do better overall. Then we fucked around and pissed him off because we called him and told him, you can't stay healthy, so we drafted the quarterback. So, yeah, I think he's doing all right. Yeah, did he put on a little bit of muscle? Sure, he looks a little bit more buff. That's a good thing. You know why? It means he can take a couple more hits, a little more muscle mass, a little less pain. So, how did Jimmy look? Damn good. How did his ankle look? Damn good. It should. It's been way too long. No high ankle sprain lasts that goddamn long. If it does, you should have had surgery in the offseason to fix the shit. But that's not the case. So Jimmy looked perfectly fine. Thank you. So if y'all are just tuning in, man, I'm just giving a Luther type perspective on the interview that went on today. And I'm just having a little fun with it because I really feel like these are some of the things that they really be thinking when people ask those questions. The shit just be crazy, man. So if y'all are having fun with it, y'all can see me, y'all can hear everything, y'all are laughing along. That's the main focus of this video, just to say the truth of what they really want to say. So we got to skip through because they be having long-ass breaks, and I told you that shit drives me absolutely insane. I believe the next person up is either Jimmy or George, but it's George. So we are going to skip through to Mr. Kittle. And, you know, he's like the most happy-go-lucky person on the planet. So it's going to be hard to Luther him, but I'll figure it out.
Hey guys. Hey Cam, look at you smiling.
Hey, George, good to see you. How you doing?
I think it's a little warm outside for a vest, man.
It's candlestick like this here outside the studio. We've already had 4 people.
That's why I'm wearing a tank top.
So, you know, obviously our main look today was to see how Jimmy was playing. We haven't seen practice. And we saw him next to Trey. So, your impression, I'm pretty sure you were working mostly with Jimmy on the other side of the Barter field today.
Yeah, I was. What was your question, Cam?
I guess just how he's looking, and just it seems just as normal as it has the past few years in practice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean it seems pretty normal. We have a crowded quarterback room this year. We got 5 of those guys, and they're all playing at a high level. It's fun to see those guys get reps. And Jimmy's slinging the ball. He's got his nice touch, throwing a firm pass, and it's just fun to see both guys compete. And whether I take all my snaps with Jimmy, and whoever's out there, I'm just going to catch the ball from. And they just got to throw it to me sometimes.
So basically they asked George, hey, what's up, Sam? Basically they asked George, hey, how's Jimmy looking? So George basically said, yeah, Jimmy's looking all right. Looks good. Same beautiful guy, same gorgeous chin. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. That's all we really got there. Pretty worthless waste of a question, but we got to move on to the next one.
Hey, George, obviously this part of the off-season program is voluntary, but you and along with a lot of other notable veterans are participating and participating in team drills specifically. Why is it important for you guys to participate in the OTAs, and what do you think you guys are going to gain from this process over these next 2 weeks?
Well, I'm pretty sure we have everybody but 2 guys here, and D Ford was here the entire offseason, so he's just taking some time at home, and Nick's still recovering, doing his rehab stuff. So the fact that we have our entire team here, other than those 2 guys, I think it's awesome. And what it says about this team is that we want to be here, we want to get better, and we want to be able to bond as a team, take those steps forward. And, I know there's no games on Sundays, but those 4 days of practice or the 3 days of practice in phase 2 day, you use those and you stack those days up, and you're going to get better. Whether that's a young guy just learning the playbook and, hey, on this route, you need to push your depth a little bit more. You can stem straight at them. Those coaching points that we didn't get to pick up last year because we only got a couple of weeks of training camp. So these weeks of OTAs are big for our entire team, and it's big for our coaches too because they can learn better ways to make solid plays for this fall camp. They're just learning the best way to coach guys, really. And so the whole team's really taking a step forward.
Well, what he's saying is you just asked Coach this question. We are the 49ers. We breed excellence around here. Everybody would show up if they could. We only missing 2 people. Why are we missing them? One was here the whole goddamn offseason, so he needed to go the fuck home. And the other one, He's rehabbing from a torn ACL. So, yeah, I think we're doing okay here. That's the whole point. We want to be great. Why do you think we showed up? There's no other reason for that.
Hey, George.
Hi, are you driving? That's dangerous. Oh,
Thanks first. Although you haven't taken any reps with Trey, what's your general impression of him and how the quarterbacks will work together?
I mean, he looks a little bit better than a rookie quarterback. He's out there, he's slinging it. I was really excited yesterday. He made an awesome throw on the play action. He found my rookie Josh Peterson on a far corner is what we call it, on the rollout, which is like the last guy you throw it to on the play. And the fact that he found him in his first ever rollout was pretty cool. But just seeing him out there and trying to figure it out. I just like watching guys compete, like I said. And you can pick up this offense as a rookie and be able to analyze it, throw it to the right guy, and at the same time overcome coaching to make a play. It's impressive. So I just can't wait to see what these next couple OTAs days give Trey and allow him to continue to move forward.
What George is saying here is, I don't fucking know. I've seen the kid throw a couple of footballs. He looks great. I'm going to promote my teammate. But what he's really saying is, shit, if I know, beats me. He made a couple of plays, seen a couple of things from some film. We drafted him. I love Jimmy Garoppolo. That's what I do. I love Jimmy. I don't want anybody else in my quarterback besides Jimmy. But if the kid comes on the field, just got to roll with whoever you roll with. You know what I'm saying?
This was a great offseason, for me and Jimmy. Talk about once a week, every other week. It was just catch up, see how we're doing, recovery-wise, what we're doing workout-wise, when we're going to meet up on Xbox, those types of things. But no, good. Jimmy G's, he's himself. He's feeling good. I don't want to talk to him, but he looked great today. He's looked great every day that I've worked out with him so far. Like I said, he's slinging that baby. He's still got a nice touch. Never get past that chin line, so we're going to feel good.
What George is saying here is, man, I love me some Jimmy G. I would like to take a bromantic vacation with him. Just me and Jimmy. Just to spend some quality time. For us to get to know each other. Every now and then to just put our arms around each other and look out over the ocean and watch the sunset. I really love this guy as my quarterback. He's a sexy dude. He's a really, really sexy guy. That's what George is saying. Because he loves him some Jimmy G, man. That's what George is saying. That's all I'm telling you.
Hey, George, Fred Warner is now in kind of the same position you were in last year. It seemed like maybe the discussions are kind of where they were before they heated up. If you guys, I don't expect you to run the conversation if you have been, but I don't know, generally speaking, have you given him advice as far as patience and don't be angry and, your time will come and all that?
Oh, I don't like to pry myself in other people's business. I told him that if he has any questions, just across the locker room or just a text away. But he's being a professional about it. He's showing up. He's working his tail off. He's the same Fred that he has been every single day that I've known him. He's the first guy to break down the huddle. He's the first guy on the field, and you'd love to see that. I know that it was definitely it was a distraction last year to an extent, as much as you don't want it to be, but it is to an extent. But Fred's handling it well, and he's just showing him to play football. So I'm happy for that. It is what it is, and the time will come when it all happens.
What George meant to say with that is, you really think I'm about to tell you what the fuck I talked to Fred about on a personal basis? Really? You asked that question. You know, you reporters ask me a lot of goddamn questions that I technically really, for the life of me, cannot answer. So here's what I will tell you. In my head, this is what I'm thinking. Fred, you balled the fuck out. And at the end of the day, they're going to have to break bread with you. They're going to give you your goddamn money. And you make sure that you tell your agent to request a fair amount of money for yourself. You shouldn't be getting paid less than about 18 to 20 mil a year, Fred. You should be paid like one of the top linebackers in the league. Why? Because you are. So, with that being said, Fred, go get your damn money. Make sure you ball out. Continue to be the person that you are. Do what I did. Take a load off. Let your agent go out there, get you the bread. You've already done the work on the field to earn the money. Just kick back, relax, make sure that your agent does, what he did for me, get you a fair deal, and everybody's happy. But you, as a reporter, go ask me what I'm talking about personally with Fred. Get the hell out of here. I ain't telling you shit.
Hey, George, as I'm sure you went through, a lot of your rookie teammates when they first moved out here have shown some shock at the sticker cost of living here and things like that. I know you guys as veterans get asked to go in and speak to those guys about what your experience was like and going through that transition to the cost of living and all that. What is your advice to those guys? What do you say to them when you get those opportunities?
Get a roommate or two. My rookie year, I lived with JP Flynn and Trent Taylor and my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. So we just split that up. Try to live close. Don't be somewhere where there's a lot of distractions around. The one thing that's really nice about playing football in Santa Clara is football is like the number one priority at all times. You have to go out of your way to find something to do or to find a way to get into trouble. So I think it's a great place to be able to go play football and just focus on it every single day. So I know for rookies, you've tried your entire life to get to this level. Just because you have a couple dollars in your pocket, there's no really reason to change what you've been doing. Like just put the pedal to the metal and keep going.
What I really meant to say is California is fucking expensive. Good goddamn. You just heard I had to live with 3 other people just to be able to make it out here. So what I'm trying to tell you, rookie, is don't fuck your money off. Don't do stupid shit. Stay away from the clubs and all of the shit that can get you put in jail and or get you any type of fine from the NFL. And be smart with your money. Yeah. Yeah, put football first. Don't worry about anything else. And live close, but make sure that it's cost effective. At the end of the day, California costs a lot of money. Their taxes are fucking ridiculous. And it's always traffic on any damn freeway you go on. So at the end of the day, y'all need to be smart. Don't fuck your money off. Don't worry about the females. They'll be there. Focus on football and make sure wherever you live is cost effective enough for you. At the end of the day, you probably want to go ahead and take your first game check and pay your rent for the rest of the year just to be safe.
Hey, George.
Hey, Grant.
How you doing?
Yeah, fabulous.
What's your impression of the tight end room right now? What's your impression of Dwelley, Warner, Helm, Peterson? What's the rundown?
No, I think it was awesome this entire offseason. I had Dan Helm and Charlie Warner with me in Nashville, so we got to train. So I got to see them the entire offseason. And, besides the fact that Dan Helm looks like a G.I. Joe and Charlie Warner can bench press a house, they both come a long way since last year. I think they both look really good. Dwelley looks incredible. He's the same guy he always has been, a little bit faster, I think. Still got those sticky hands, I know he's your favorite tight end, but he's also my favorite tight end. So it is what it is. And, my guy Josh, he's a rookie. He's learning it out. But the fact that we get to split up on 2 fields allows him to get a lot more reps, which is nice to see. Watch his tape. He's definitely a natural athlete. I think we're a tight end room that we have the ability to be a really good room that, you can rely on, for me to Dwelley. And, Charlie's definitely taking a lot of steps forward. And it's going to be a fun competition this entire OTAs and all the training camp just to see what guys can do day in and day out.
What George is really saying is, I love my tight end room. My tight end room is great. I like all my tight end friends, all of my tight ends. Every last tight end. Any tight end we bring in, any tight end in the league, I like them all. Every tight end. If they're a tight end, I'm a tight end. If we're tight ends, and we love everybody. Yes, we love it. I made National Tight End Day. Did you know that, Grant? I did it. It was me. National Tight End Day. You remember that? Yeah, everybody does. I love all my tight ends. My G.I. Joe, the guy that can bitch for the house, everything. I love them all. This is exactly what George is saying.
Hey, George, has it been
Hi,
a
Tracy.
sense of relief? Hey, how's it going?
I'm excellent.
Well, good. Has it been a sense of relief to finally get out there to a bit of normalcy in a way that you obviously did not have last offseason and much of the last year?
Oh yeah, definitely. Just being able to see the guys, everyone in the same locker room. We got the window wall things up, but just have a little normalcy. It is nice, you're still sitting 6 feet away from each other, but just being able to be in the same room and actually have conversations with guys, it definitely, it brings a little bit of the fun back in football, without the games on Sunday. So just enjoying spending time with my teammates, and the fact that we have everyone here but two guys, like I said, it's very impressive, and the fact that everyone wants to be here and get better together. Those days of just hanging out and talking, whether guys are playing cards, chess, whatever they're doing, but guys are bonded, and I think that's a huge. It's really big for the team to be able to spend time together and take that step forward, just to be friends.
What George is really saying is, last year was one of the worst. Hey, what's going on, Tony? Last year was one of the worst years of my life. COVID hit. We were cooped up in the house. We were locked down. We could barely do anything that we wanted with football. And for sweet baby Jesus, the normalcy of life is coming back. I can actually see people. I can touch them. I know I have to stay 6 feet away from them. But when I get off of the field, I can actually go and hang out with my friends. Being outside of the house is definitely. Yeah, I've gotten that one before, Ronnie. I've gotten Omari Hardwick before. I take that as a compliment. It's a handsome dude. But what George is basically saying is, yes, I'm very happy of the normalcy of things. And I'm very proud that I'm able to be back out and play football and do the things that I love. If y'all are just tuning in, like I said, this is just me doing a little bit of Luther for some of these guys that are doing their interviews. We already did Coach. We already on to George Kittle. I'm going to break this up into 2 seconds because we still have Jimmy G and Fred. Those two are going to be insane, strictly based off of the fact that Jimmy, if you didn't watch these interviews, go back and watch them. I'm just allowing the audio to play, and I'm just doing, like I said, just a little bit of a Luther commentary for all these guys to give y'all their real perspective on these questions that they ask.
Hi, George.
Hey, what's up?
Not much. Speaking of those off-season workouts with Charlie Warner and Daniel Helm, did you incorporate anything new with their new coaches for you this off-season? I guess following up on our little back and forth the other day, have you pulled it up a little bit through that off-season?
Yeah, I appreciate that. I did some new things this off-season. I got to create my own facility on my property in Nashville. Got to put all the toys that I wanted to in there that I think best help me and the guys around me to take a step forward and not stay the same or go backwards. And a big thing for me this offseason was just foot health, ankle health, and so that's the thing that's just kind of lingered on me. And so got a lot of these balance beams from this company called Foot Collective, which it's been really fun just walking up and down these beams and kind of making my own obstacle course, I would say, and doing whatever I can just to be as healthy as I can be and strong in those areas that have been. Just focus on that. You can't do the same thing and expect different results. So just trying to add as many new, different things that I feel like are making positive differences.
What I'm really meaning to say here strictly is, hey, man, I just went ahead and added every tool that I could think of to make me a better tight end. Why? Because everybody does me the best tight end in the league. So I'm going to go ahead and stick to the fact that that's who the fuck I am. I am the best tight end in the league. So I've done everything that I can and incorporated a couple of new things into my repertoire to be able to make sure that I remain worthy of that moniker that has been placed upon me by the general public and by my own teammates. So yeah, Made sure I added a few toys to the backyard there. Did a couple things to, make sure I extended. And, have I gotten a little bit buffer? I mean, I don't know. You want to talk to the guns here and say, hey, yeah, I put on a couple of money, a little bit of muscle, just, I got to flex on you just a bit. That's just how I'm feeling. Ooh, wait, hold on 1 second. What do we got in the code? Let's see. Jeff Wilson out 4 to 6 months. Well, he lost his job.
George, this is Kylan with Cron 4 News. How are you?
He's a new reporter, by the way.
Good, doing great, thank you. You mentioned Nick Bosa not being able to be here. Have you talked to him at all just about how his recovery is going, how he's feeling, and just kind of his outlook, what his outlook is like in the season?
Yeah, Nick's actually a guy we basically talk almost every day. Nick's my guy. He actually lives above me in an apartment building, so when he is here, we hang out all the time. But Nick's doing great. He's out there running. I know you guys see like the Instagram videos. He's rehabbing well, but he's happy. He's very happy where he is. Like I said, I see the videos. He looks great. He's been watching the film of just the last couple of days of OTAs. He says he's ready to come back out here and come after me in the tight ends. And he said cut blocks are live, so get ready for it. So I'm just excited to see Nick Bosa back on football.
So basically what they did was they asked him about Nick and how he's been doing. So what Nick said was, what George said is, yeah, I like Nick a little bit better than I like Jimmy right now. You know why? Because even though I'm in love with Jimmy and we have an incredible bromance, it's not really a bromance because he doesn't text me back. And sometimes that hurts my feelings. I get a little butthurt about it, but it's okay, because I still love him. The jawline is just too sexy. But Nick, he lives right above me. With his hot girlfriend, I have my hot wife, and we hang out and we talk and we chat and we do good old-fashioned cool shit together. Why? Because at least he knows how to text back, Jimmy.
I want to go back to the draft. I'm wondering what your reaction was to getting 2 running backs. I know you related them a lot. And then also Jed York.
Yeah, I mean, I like drafting 2 running backs. I'm a huge fan of Trey. Just watching him in the playoffs or Big Ten championship game, I think he's a talent. But just to see him, he's such an aggressive runner. He's a big body. He likes to run through people, but he still has a finesse to his game, which is awesome to see. He's a fast guy that runs downhill. I love that in this offense. Elijah's been great. Just seeing the routes and the reps that he's gotten running the rock. He looks really good too. So I'm excited about our running back group because that's a crowded group too. When it's crowded, it's competition, which it's all about. And Mr. York, his tweets were, I like that. Try to guide him a little bit. Try not to search your name too much on Twitter. That's a dark hole that you got to go down. But just have some fun with him. I like to see him out there in that new group. So it's be sure.
What George is really saying is, I like the fact that we got 2 new running backs. You know why? It's 2 new people I get to block for. Because you know what I like to do? I'm a tight end. I love catching the ball. I love making spectacular plays. But I love doing anything to push a man against his will. I literally got caught on camera pushing somebody into the end zone and laughing hysterically about it. So, yes, the fact that we have more running backs means I get to block more. The fact that they exist it's great. I love Trey Sermon. Boom, hit you hard. Ooh, finesse. I like Elijah. Boom, run fast. I caught the ball. That's what George Kittle is really saying about that. And then as far as Jed York, he's basically saying, Mr. York, I like you. You're my boss. But I want you to know mental health awareness is very serious. Be very mindful of what you do on Twitter because it'll lead you down a dark hole into a dark place and put you in some dark times. People are really nasty. And if you're not built for it, you don't want to go out there looking for it.
How do you guys simulate that in production? And then my follow-up to that would be: is there anybody specifically that you look to see take a step forward?
I mean, I'm so happy for KB. You know, he has earned every single cent that the Patriots paid him. I'm very happy for him. I'm excited to see him go. You know, he's a blue guy. He keeps the upbeat, positive energy every single day. He's consistent every single day. So that's something that you're definitely going to miss. But I mean, that just kind of puts the pressure on the young guys, the guys who left the room, to step up and also take on that role. And I'm not asking anyone to be KB, but you got to have guys that step up, bring that positive energy, and that positive vibe every single day. Because day in and day out of football, it gets harder as time goes on. It's really easy to bring that energy one day, 2 days, when you get day 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 camp in the season. That's hard. So we'll have guys step up. I'm not worried about that. We're a good wide receiver room. I think we got guys who can step up with that energy. And as for the guys that I want to see step up, I mean, I think our entire room needs to step up. Honestly, everyone on the team needs to step up. We want to improve from where we were last year. But I mean, I know Debo wants to have a better year. I know Brandon wants to have a better year. I'm looking forward to seeing Richie and Juwan Jennings. Really looking forward to seeing Jalen Hurd back on that football field because I think he's very dangerous. Excited to see him get a ball in his hand again. But I'm just excited to see these boys work, and I can already tell, like, just off of last week compared to this week, I feel like our wide receivers are already taking a big step forward, and they're out there catching the ball, running around a lot. So I'm just excited about this room, and I think there's a lot of potential there for them to be great.
What I really meant to say is, damn. Yeah, all the energy from the locker room is gone. KB took it with him. He was the lifeblood of the team. Yeah, he may drop a few balls here and there, but he caught a lot too. He's great in the red zone. And I don't really know who's going to fill that energy void because don't know who's got that energy like KB. The only guy in the locker room that really does that. So looks like we probably have to have Debo step up. But I like our receiving room because I like everybody. And I'm George Kittle. And I don't want anybody to be mad at me. But at the end of the day, I don't know. It kind of sucks. But I'm glad that he got paid because he deserved every penny of it. That's my guy. All right, so we done with George. That was his last question, man. I'm going to go ahead and end the video off there. I'll break Jimmy and Fred down another day. Probably do that like tomorrow or something. But I just wanted to take some time out, man, and just make a little video where I have fun with it. Because, lots of times people will break the videos down, and what they'll do is they break the video down, and it's all serious. I like to have fun with stuff. I like to mess around, and I love to joke around when it comes to these things. So I hope you guys are able to hear the audio pretty clearly. I see you out there. Ronnie out there, light-skinned nigga with muscle. Hey, man, I work out, bro. I work hard for the muscles that I do got, bro. You know what I'm saying? So thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate everyone who stopped in for the time that they were able to. Like I said, I like to just have fun. I like to joke around, man, and show a lighter side of things because, a lot of the times when these players are asked these questions, they don't necessarily get a chance to really answer them the way they want to. And 9 times out of 10, the questions that are being asked, we all know they can't really answer and they can't tell you how they really feel, and we're very fortunate that we have the 49ers as a locker room where they're tight. They're not, out there telling their business. They're not spreading everything to the media, none of that stuff. It's basically, hey, this locker room is like Vegas. What happens here stays here. No one knows about what goes on in here. When we go out in front of these cameras, we say we're all in unison. It's just one step. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm going to come back with the next video. Y'all going to love what I got for Jimmy and what I got for Fred. This one was more so impromptu. So everything I did right now, I swear to you, was off the top of the dome. With Jimmy and Fred, I'll get a little more in depth. I'll even actually create some shit. And y'all will love that one, man. But thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all. Like I told you, I'll be back with more and more videos. I'm going to continue to keep coming with it. There will be changes to the channel. Y'all will start to see some more, like some artwork and some other things. Y'all see an intro and an outro, not just my ugly face here and there. It'll be dope though, man. I got a young kid working on some things for me. And I just appreciate everybody for taking the time out to holler at me. Y'all have yourselves a wonderful day, man. Stay blessed, stay faithful. And remember, we are headed toward training camp. Oh, by the way, before I get out of here, training camp has been announced. So, with that being said, let's take a look. So, because they said the training camp dates are going to be there. Oh, and currently 30 of 32 NFL teams will be at full capacity. So, I don't know who the two teams are that don't have it, but 49ers are one of the teams that will be at full capacity in our stadium. So, that's the beauty of that. We don't have to worry about it. Let's see. Now, where is it at? Okay, so I got to kind of go through this because it's a lot, and I think they moved it around. So let's see. In the first for the league, clubs will begin training camp in unison with 29 squads set to report on Tuesday, July 27th, which is 47 days prior to Sunday of week 1 of the regular season, as allowed by the collective bargaining agreement. Plans for fan events and league-wide practices are set to follow on Saturday, July 31st, from Tom Pelissero. So we are going to have fans at training camp. So they are allowing us there. It's probably going to be a minimal amount. Of course, it's not going to be probably spacing and whatnot, but that's the case. Also, sure to follow will be Myriad fans as the league told Teams Tuesday it expects spectators to return to training camps subject to state and local COVID-19 guidelines, according to Peter O'Reilly, the NFL's executive vice president of club business and league events. So this is what I'm going to say, guys. And I'm not telling anybody how to live their life or to do what they want to do. If you want to go to these things and you want to get this shit done, if you're okay with it, get the vaccination. It's probably going to allow you to be able to move a little more freely and do a little bit more. You'll have that card. You'll be able to show people, hey, I'm vaccinated, I'm safe, and you move on with life. I got my first shot. The only thing that happened to me was just a little bit of shoulder soreness. That's literally it. It had lasted for probably about 2 days, and it wasn't that bad. This stuff affects people differently as COVID-19 affected people differently. So if you want to, do it. If you don't, hey, by all means, that is your choice. I get it, completely understand it. Everybody has their point of view. I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm saying if you want to move a little more freely with some of these events, probably just want to go ahead and do it just because that's one less thing for you to be worried about, especially being around a big crowd of people. At full capacity, you don't know who is, who isn't. So you just, do what you got to do. But like I said, this is purely your choice. Do not expect anybody. I'm not telling nobody what to do at all. So it says, while vast majority of teams will start their training camps together on July 27th, the Cowboys and the Steelers are eligible to report as early as July 21st. As those teams are squaring off in the Hall of Fame game on August 5th, the Bucs can also report as early as July 24th due to them playing in the regular season opener on September 9th. Thusly, the July 24th start date fits the aforementioned CBA window. Tampa Bay will play Dallas in the opener. The NFL is still finalizing protocols with the NFL Players Association, O'Reilly said, and camps are likely to look different in terms of fans, proximity to players, and the previously usual standards of getting autographs and photos. So you may or may not be able to get close to your favorite player. You may or may not be able to get your hat signed, your jersey signed, a football, bobblehead, whatever the case may be. If you do, there'll probably be somebody passing these items back and forth to be able to allow you to do so, and they're probably not going to allow too many people. They're still trying to make sure that they keep everything in line. The one beautiful thing about California is if you are there, they are already moving toward being able to lift a lot of restrictions. Why? Everybody out there is just getting the vaccination. They just think they're tired of bullshitting and playing around and waiting. They're just doing what they got to do. So the numbers have been going on a downward trend for a good majority of the time since the vaccination has been around. So it looks like you're going to, be able to do things pretty good. Currently, 30 of 32 teams have obtained approval to open 100% of their stadiums, as reported by NFL Network's Judy Batista. The remaining teams seeking approval are the Colts and the Denver Broncos. So it's the Colts and the Broncos that aren't able to be there at full capacity. They're still working on that. They have not been allowed to by their state. So Indiana and Colorado, they're still working on things. Going forward, rules pertaining to face coverings and vaccinations will be determined by team in conjunction with state and local guidelines. However, as 100% capacity is expected at stadiums, covered seats and pod seating will be gone. The dates are set for training camps to commence, and fans are expected to be there. There's another step to a feeling of normalcy for the NFL, its players, and its fans. So basically what they're saying to you, long story short, is, get vaccinated, come to the games, have fun. We're bringing you back to the regular things. I told y'all in my videos earlier this year that I pretty much thought by the end of the summer this shit would be done. And that's pretty much what's starting to happen. I'm not saying I know everything, and no, I ain't saying COVID-19 will be gone, right by then, and there won't be a case that you can ever see, ever again. But at the end of the day, this is what's happening. People are getting back to life. And like I told y'all in the previous videos, these billionaires want their damn money. And these people that are in the hundreds of $1 million range, they ain't playing no more. They want their money. Why do you think 30 of 32 NFL teams have already said they're going back to full capacity? Why? Because people want to get out the goddamn house. Look at baseball. Baseball's allowing fans. You know what I'm saying? And they're already at half capacity. Some places are at full capacity. I'm a Braves fan. I like the Dodgers too, but the Braves right now, they're at full capacity. So that's basically how that works out. But once again, y'all have a wonderful day. Have a blessed evening. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll be back with more videos. Peace.